Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Class 4 student, yesterday we discussed organs, some organs of the body and organ system. You know what are organs? When tissues group together, they just form an organ. And you know different kind of organ inside your body, even the brain is an organ. And you also know about the organ system. I gave you the example of digestive system. Today, lesson 3, and the topic is the skeletal system. On page 3, if you see the book on page 3, the information is available. What is the skeletal system and what is the skeletal system consist of? So let's have a look. The skeletal system. Think what it would be like if there were no bones in your body. You would not be able to walk, run, sit, stand, play football and cricket, or make any movement. All the bones together make up the skeleton. It is present in all animals that have backbone. It is a framework of bones that help to, number 1, it gives strength and support to the body. For example, the backbone called the spine help you to stand straight. It frames the shape of your body. It protects some very important organs or inside your body. For example, the skull protects the brain, while the rib cage protects the lungs and the heart. It also moves the body. So the skeletal system. Without skeletal system, our body cannot stand. The first and very important thing in our body is the backbone. You know what is the importance of the backbone? Because it connects neck, and the neck is connected to the brain, and the brain is sending messages. So through this spinal cord, the brain is sending messages to the body. If spinal cord is damaged, the whole body is paralyzed. So this is very important bone in our body. Without backbone, a person cannot move. The second one, our skeleton system it frames the shape of our body. Inside our body, it's a complete system of bones which connect to each other, and it's a skeletal system is made, and because of that skeletal system we are able to move. The second thing is this skeletal system protect our soft internal organs inside the body. The first thing, our skull protect the brain. Other cells, suppose skin cells or other cells, they can regenerate, they can just regrow, but the brain cells, it cannot regrow, it cannot regenerate. If once the brain cells damaged, a person can be dead. So the skull protect our brain. That's why if you see, if any person riding a motorbike, it is very necessary for him to wear a helmet. Why? Because the brain should be protected, the skull should be protected. If the skull is protected, then the brain is protected. So the skull protect the brain. The rib cage, you know where is the rib cage? You can feel, just put the chest, just put your hand on your chest, you can feel the rib. Inside the rib, the rib cage, the soft internal organs like heart, like lungs, they are protected by this rib cage. And we move. How we are moving? We are moving because of this skeletal system. Our bones help us to move. Now, what the skeletal system is made of? Actually, the skeletal system consists of bones and joints. A joint is a place in a body where two or more bones meet with the help of tissue called ligaments. Class 4 student, I have downloaded this picture from the net to show you the clear picture of ligament. See this red part, this is the ligament. It's a form of tissue which connect bones. See, this is the joint between the two bones, and this bone is connected, the two bones, with the help of this red tissue that is called ligament. The ligament join the two bones at the joint and stop it from falling apart. So these two bones are just joined by this ligament. Without ligament, a joint, even a bone cannot move. So this ligament is an important part of the bone. You know there are two type of bones in our body. One is the smallest and one is the longest. So the smallest bone in your body inside your ear, and that is known as stirrup, while the longest and the strongest bone in your body is thigh bone, the femur. So these two bones are, one is the strongest and one is the smallest inside the ear and longest on the thigh, that's called the femur. So what is joint? Joint is a place in the body where two bones meet with the help of ligament, and I just show you the picture of the ligament. Ligament is a tissue which connect two bones at a joint. Now what are joints? Joints help the bones to move, but not all joints move. For example, the joint between the plate of the skull does not move in adults. Some joints move in all directions, such as the joint in your shoulder and one in your hip bone, that can just move in all directions. So you are throwing the ball, so with the help of your shoulder you can throw the ball in each and every direction. You are running, you are twisting, when you are doing exercise you are twisting your body because of your hip bone. So just shoulder bone and hip bone, that we can move this in all direction. Such type of joints just help the body to move in all direction. Such joints are called the ball and socket joint. So there are two type of joints. One joint which help the body to move in all direction, that is called ball and socket joint. You can see on page 5 the picture of the shoulder joint and the hip joint. These two joints are helping the body to move in all direction. Now if you can just turn around the page and you just come on page 6, so just you can see the picture of the elbow joint. So some joints move your bones in one direction, like the joint in knee and elbow. You cannot move them in the opposite direction. Such joints are called hinge joints. So there are two type of joint. One is ball and socket joint and the other is hinge joint. What is the function of the ball and socket joints? It moves the body in all directions. And what kind of joints are helping us to move our body in all direction? The shoulder and the hip joint. The second one joint is the hinge joint. Such type of joints which help the body to move in only one direction, like knee and elbow. Knee joints and elbow joints, we can only just move our body in one direction, not in all directions. Such type of joints are called hinge joints. The picture of the elbow joint is there on page 6. So these things, the skeleton, the bones, they are very important part of our body. I discussed about the bones, about the joints, about the ligaments, type of joints, and what is the importance of the skeletal system inside our body. You know, what are the basic system, what are the basic function of the skeletal system? The very first function, it's frame the shape of our body. The second one, it's just protected the very soft internal organs of our body. For example, the skull protect the brain, the ribcage protect the lungs and the heart. And the last one, we can move because of the skeletal system. Then we discuss joints. What are joints? Where two bones meet with the help of tissue called ligament. I show you the picture of the ligaments, the red color, which just connected two joints and they are not falling apart. Then I told you there are two type of bones, which the smallest one and the longest one in your body. The smallest one inside your ear, that is called stirrup, and the longest and the strongest one is your thigh one, and that is called the femur. And now this is about the bones, joints. Then there are two type of joints. First one is ball and socket joint. What is the function of ball and socket joints? It moves the body it's help the body to move in all direction. So the name of the joint is clear, ball and socket joint. So which type of joint help the body to move in all direction? Shoulder joint and hip joint. Then the second one, those joints which help the body to move in only one direction, that is called the hinge joint. And the example of the hinge joint is knee joint and elbow joint. Now this is about the bones. Now what can go wrong with the bones? If it is broken, we cannot move. We cannot move our leg if it is broken. We cannot move our arm if it is broken. We are not able to eat something, we are not able to write something. So bones are very important. We should take care of the bone. The information about this is available on page 8, that what can go wrong with the bones. As strong as bones are, they can break. Muscles can become weak and joints can be damaged by injury or disease. Bones become weak as people grow older. So, how to keep our bones strong? First, our muscle bone should be strong by plenty of exercise and eating the right kind of food. Eating calcium rich food like milk, cheese, and yogurt help to build strong bones. Class 4 student, this is your age. You should eat a lot of calcium. Your bone must need calcium. Why? Because you are growing, your bones are growing. So you should drink milk every day. Just eat yogurt and cheese because it provides you calcium. If your bones will be strong, so your muscles will be also strong and you will go taller. So kindly take care of your bones. Eat a lot of calcium. Do not eat fizzy drinks and all that. Is also just not good for your bones and for your health. So this is, I think these topics are enough for today, because we discuss the skeletal system, how it is good for our body, and what is the function of the skeletal system, and joint, ligament, types of joints. Two type of joints I discussed with you. This topic is enough for today, because a lot of information in this one unit. And very important, the two type of bone, the smallest one and the strongest one. Femur is the longest and the strongest one, and stirrup is the smallest one. So we discuss the skeletal system, we discuss the joints, we discuss the ligaments, we discuss type of joints. So I think this is enough for today. So what will be your homework for this lesson 3? Homework will be, you have to practice the diagram on page 5, this shoulder joint or hip joint, and this the elbow joint. These two type of joint you have to practice in your rough copy. And second, kindly just type on the YouTube the skeletal system, joint, ligaments, all this. You will get a lot of information. I just collected some picture from the net in which the joints and these are visible, but there are plenty of them. Just type in the YouTube this skeletal system, you will get a lot of information, a lot of videos. Kindly do watch that, and it will help you to provide you a lot of information about joints, ligaments, and all that. So this topic is enough for today, and your homework is to practice shoulder joint or hip joint and elbow joint. This is enough for today. Thank you.